All right. I think we're live. I'm going to transition here to our, okay. We're going to get me on the screen and see what happens. Experimenting with streaming software is a lot of fun. I highly recommend it if anyone is ever up for it. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how we're doing. Sarah, you want to test your mic out?
Hi, everybody.
All right, your signal's pretty low. That's because I didn't turn your volume up. Try again.
Hello again.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Well, it's good to have you. I'm going to put you on the camera for a moment. Let's see if I can remember how to do that. There we go. There we are. There's Sarah in the corner, and we will get Sarah on the main screen. Here we go. Welcome to the Modest Basement Studio, everybody. I'm Brett Brinkmeyer, your host. Sara Merritt is my guest. She's going to be doing several things tonight. I hope we're not asking too much of her. It is really going to be a lot of fun, I think. Oh, I'm getting a message to check my mic, which I will do. Mic is quiet. All right, how's this? Can you guys hear me out there? There's going to be a little bit of a lag, so we will try getting this all working here. I'm getting a signal from there. Why? Oh, here we go. All right, we should have audio now. You can probably even hear me through the speakers, Sarah. Okay, it's good. Awesome. Thanks for the feedback, everybody. Welcome, everyone, again to the Modest Basement Studio. I'm your host, Brett Brinkmeyer. Sara Merritt's my guest. We kind of issued each other a challenge this week, or actually in the last couple of months. Her challenge to me was to write. I should write a song that she can dance to, and basically we're doing all this to dodge copyright. But that gives us a chance to test each other out a little bit. I got a song prompt out of it, which I love, and Sarah's gonna have a live first-time listen to the song. She's never heard it before. So I'm gonna just let Sarah give us a preview of what kind of dancing she does. Do you want to talk about it, or do you want me to just run this track?
Yeah, I can talk about it.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm a transcultural fusion belly dancer. What that means is that I dance traditional Middle Eastern dance with kind of fused elements from Northern Africa, Southwest Asia, Greece, Turkey, and then kind of fused also with modern, jazz, contemporary, that kind of stuff. I've been dancing for like 26, 25 years, something like that.
Heck yes.
And so much of what we traditionally call belly dance is rooted in those regions that I mentioned. And so having an emphasis on isolation of individual different body parts and muscles, and then layering those on top of each other. I'm going to lose my breath a lot during this, so I hope you're okay with that. I hope I don't make anybody nervous when they're listening. But so I'm going to show you a little bit of how I interpret a song, and mostly the type of dancing that I like to do is improvisational. So in the moment, not rehearsed, just built upon this vocabulary of moves and styles that I've learned over the years. I dance with a troupe called Mirage, Middle Eastern dance troupe. We're based right out of Ames, and we have a lot of different choreographies that I've had to learn. Choreography is not my strong suit, so I like to challenge myself by creating combinations, making sure I write them down, and then trying to do them over and over again so that I can learn that choreography. And for me, a lot of where that comes from is storytelling. So by performing to a song that hits a certain way, or interpreting the lyrics in a certain way, that allows me, when I'm doing improv, to hear the song differently every time I listen to it and do a little something different. But choreography kind of forces you to really get those patterns into your muscle memory. And then they kind of become second nature, and you can really focus on musicality and like the little details. So today, I think we're starting with a song I've already choreographed, right? A little bit of it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
So we're going to start with that, and I'm going to give you a little backstory. So when I like I mentioned, when I do a choreography, when I write a choreography, which is every once in a while, it's because I hear a song and I can't stop listening to it, and I can't stop hearing it, and I can't stop seeing movement in a certain way at certain points. And so then I'm like, okay, this has to be a thing. We have to put this together. And it's usually a story. So this song, can I name it? Is that okay to?
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
it. We're dodging, like I said, we're doing all kinds of copyright dodging tonight.
But I do want to give credit to the original artist.
Yeah, do it.
We're going to do a little snippet. But the song's called The Mad Marionettist. It's by Rocky and the Cavemen. And it has a unique time signature, which you'll hear soon. And the story that I was hearing so it's called The Mad Marionettist. I was hearing and seeing a group of belly dancers tightly kind of connected together, all sort of in like dormancy. And the song kind of starts, and they slowly kind of move apart, move a little bit. And then as the beats start to hit, they discover the movement that they have in their body. And then throughout the song, they have a little revolt against the marionettist. They sort of like cut the strings. They do wild and crazy things. They get a little bit more dynamic and a little bit more fluid. And then it kind of calms down at the end. And then they all rush to go back into the closet. So that's the basis for this type of song. I'm gonna show you a couple of moves without the music first, so that you can see a little bit of what I was talking about. And then Brett's gonna play from a certain section, and I'll jump right into that section. Does that sound like a plan?
Sounds good. You want to just cue me when you're ready for the music?
Yeah, I don't know, look at you or something.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to do the whole thing. So, like I said, it starts here. We move a little bit as the song progresses, and then there's this part where it goes da 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 da, and so we move our head 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we look straight at the audience, and then we're kind of like what do you call it? Music box dancers, where we're moving just in a slow rotation, but with staccato movements. So we're figuring out our arms first, and they go kind of around as we turn slowly around. And then when we get to the back, we fluidly figure out how to move those pieces. And then we move our chest and these little sort of, again, staccato movements. And then we smooth it out. And then we move our hips. We realize they can go out and down, and so on. And then we come to we all kind of make a formation. I hope this is making sense.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't know. Hope you're having fun at home. And then after that little staccato movement, then we smooth it out and we roll it on up. And then we move a little bit. We kind of go forward. We go up. And then right here. Oh, okay, sorry. So that's where we cut the string. We kind of go across, like, we don't need no strings, right? And then we go wild and crazy from there. The end, we sort of like, we do a little choo-choo step with a little hip. That sounds weird with my feet. And then we like freak out, and then we, and then we end. So
you just got like 1,000,000 hearts, just so you know, everything.
How do you make a heart? There you go.
Well, yeah, there you go. Everybody in the audience loved that. I should just say really quick that there is probably like a 35 or 45-second lag between what we're actually doing and what you're seeing. So if you enter messages in the chat, it takes us a little while to see them. You probably see mine right away. But let's all have our at-home applause for Sara in different periods of time as we are in our homes, in our basements, and wherever we are. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Sara. Do you have more you want to say?
No,
about that?
that's the end of that story. But each of the choreographies, or even the like short combos that I make for, because I also teach, and so I have to make combinations for class that we can drill certain things, and I like to do that in a way that maybe tells a little bit of a story. So that's kind of what you'll see, I think.
Very nice. All right. Well, thanks for giving us a demonstration there, and we're going to kind of give Sara a minute to catch her breath here, and then we'll be playing this original song. Now I'm on the spot because Sarah's challenge to me, as I said before, was to create a song that she could dance to, and she played me a couple of tracks as examples, and I used what I could from that inspiration. And came up with something that I think you'll like. I just want to give the little caveat that it is very late 90s science fiction. So like I'll just leave it at that. We're gonna do a live reaction. Sarah's never heard this song before, and then in the next over the course of the next 45 minutes, she's gonna work on choreographying a dance to the song. So here is an untitled song. Sara, I'm gonna ask you to title this eventually, if something strikes you. So I'm gonna turn our mics off for a second and get your reaction here. So here we go. All right, your mic's back on now.
I love it. It's my new favorite thing.
Thank you. Thanks. I was a little nervous for you to hear it the first time, but it looks like you're enjoying it. So an untitled track so far, folks. I do want to quickly credit my friend Melissa for the vocals that are in that. I borrowed some vocals that she had sent me a while ago. So
That was amazing. Way to go, Melissa. Thank you.
nice. And I feel like you've already choreographed the song. Like I was watching you on my monitor and watching you on the stage, and I don't know how much work you actually have to do tonight.
Well, okay, a lot.
Okay.
Because that was just my my initial hear, right? And so when I'm listening to the music, I am, based on several phrases that I've heard, I'm anticipating some changes that are coming up, right? Like when there's a slow part. But I actually don't know. I don't know the song. I
True.
don't remember the song.
Yeah.
So I'm just was in the moment there. So that's improv. That's full improv. So there's a couple things that I think I'll pull out of that when I hear it again and start moving to it again. But I don't remember. I don't know what I did. I have no idea. I don't know.
Great. Well, that gives us something to do for the next 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk a little more though, Sarah, about what you were doing just now as you heard the song.
Yeah.
Are there like inspirations or like influences, or like when you're dancing, are you thinking like, oh, this move I learned at this part of my life, or what goes through your mind?
Yeah, no, not at all. Maybe. Sorry, I'm a backtrack. So, I have this great wealth of knowledge of movement that I've picked up, choreographies that I've already learned, that I already know, songs that I've already danced to a million times, improvisational styles, things that come out frequently with me. So I do a lot of kind of headlocks, some movements with a lock at the end of it. So those will happen kind of on a regular basis. I don't know whether to look at you or the camera.
Yeah, either way is fine.
So that will happen on a regular basis, but the music really does. So when I hear slower, so when her vocals kind of come in and I feel lifted, I feel floating, then I'll pull that in. And there was a part where there was some like staccato stuff on top of some smooth.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do pull from movements that I know that are staccato, right? Like a chest, lift or slide, or, the thing that I just showed earlier. So I will copy from moves I already know. I also want to mention that I'm a certified foundation and metamorphosis, so 2 phases of fly fusion, practitioner and instructor. So that is a form of group improvisational belly dance that was created by Violet Kind. And what there are a number of types of dancing structures like that, where folks have prescribed combos, so like choreographed combos that may be 8, 16, 32, 64 counts long.
Sure.
That are cued by a leader in the kind of follow the leader style. And then, so once that cue happens, then the followers know to do this whole set of movements.
So there's like communication going on between the troupe.
Yeah, so sometimes I pull fly fusion moves in, sometimes I pull other choreography in, or stuff that I've seen on, So You Think You Could Dance, or, it just, I sometimes think about Scott Hamilton back in the 90s when he was doing like the ice thing to like, I think it was Hit the Road Jack. That comes into my head a lot. We probably can't show that.
No, but yeah, I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah. So just, I guess, I'm rambling a little bit, but I do pull a lot from things that I've already seen or already learned, probably mostly subconsciously, just because I've practiced a lot. So I think when I was starting out, I was thinking in my head, what am I going to do next? Maybe I have to do a hip movement. Okay, I will do that. And so sometimes as I'm doing this, you're probably going to see my concentration face, which looks a little bit like that, because I'm like, what am I going to do next? So I don't know. Did that answer your question?
Absolutely. Okay. So it's a lot of different kinds of dance. Some of them I've only heard of through you before. And it's really all very interesting. I've had a couple people as I've been preparing for the show that I've talked to that I've mentioned, and I can never remember the name of Fly Fusion when I'm on my own. Sarah has to say it for me to remember. But we are actually broadcasting out of Ames, Iowa. So this is a good community for dance, good community for music, good community for broadcasting stuff out of your basement, which we're having a really good time with. So, Sarah, I propose at this point we take a brief intermission here and just play some music for our audience. And if you want, if you guys, want anything to drink or eat, your fridge is fully stocked, I'm sure. Help yourself. And
have a snack.
Yeah, have a snack. We will be back in just a few minutes. Thank you, everyone who's tuned in so far for tuning in. We gotta go and plan the rest of our show now. All right, let's see. Get the music going and turn the mics All right, folks. Thank you so much. Whoops. Thank you so much for holding on while we kind of reimagine a plan here, kind of imagine what's going to happen next. So we talked about this a little bit. We talked about dancing with the music, and Sarah was saying kind of 8 counts at a time. And how does that work? Can you kind of walk us through your process a little bit?
Yeah, so in a 4/4 time signature, 8 counts is usually referred to as a dancer's count. So we usually do things in phrases of 8 counts. So because after that 8 count, usually there's a repeat, and then a repeat, and usually another repeat for a section of 32, and that creates kind of a phrase. And then often after that, there's a musical change. Sometimes there's a musical change after that 8 count, after that 16. Some songs will do interesting stuff in between, but usually that's it's kind of the outline that folks use when they're making a song. So that's really helpful for us because we can, so this is a fly fusion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so that's a kind of a chunk.
Yeah.
And then there might be a musical change. We cue something else, or we start a different move that changes either the, where the body is in space, or the direction, or maybe there's a turn. So that's what I'm listening for. I'm listening for what can I do for that first 8 count as the intro to this song. So if you want to just play that first 8 count,
Yep,
we
we'll
can do that. I have a mirror over here, sort of to the side. So if I turn this way, it's because I'm trying to see if it looks okay, right? Like I'll do stuff and I'll be like, no.
Sarah brought her own mirror
I
today,
did.
which I'm very grateful for. Oh. And all right, so yeah, we'll do the first 8. What you're going to probably witness for the next, what we say, 20 minutes, half hour, is going to be Sarah and I just kind of navigating through this song, her kind of interpreting it, choreographing a final result. We discussed we may not get through the whole song. It's about a minute and a half. That's kind of a lot. So we're going to go from there. So I'm going to turn the music back on. And you want the first 8 counts?
Let's just do the first 8 counts because I know it sort of slowly builds.
All right. How do I select the 8 counts? There we go. Ready?
Okay, I think that was more than 8 counts.
Oh, did I do 16?
Let's hear it again if that's okay.
Yep, I can stop it after 8. I think you're right. I was listening to it too. And it's definitely.
But it does take a minute to build, right? It takes a little time to build. So before you play it, I'm going to kind of what's going through my mind is you have to find a way to enter, right? Either you start on stage and you are there at the beginning of the song, or you move onto stage as the song starts. This seems that I don't know what
kind of
the
click thing.
Yeah, the click.
Yeah.
The pattern of that seems to me like doing something really subtle that moves the body forward. So
Okay.
that's what I hear when I hear that section. So
All right.
let's do that again.
All right.
So that's 8,
Yep.
right? Sorry, can you play it again? So yeah, I'm thinking about breathing because it sounds like you're I don't know. To me, I'm seeing like machines that are counting your breath, but I'm also seeing like slow, or not slow, but staccato movement forward. So I'm feeling like a little bit of a lean with the chest and then kind of coming back and then at some point bringing the foot forward. So let's do it and I'll move to it.
All right.
Okay, so something like that is what I'm envisioning.
That's looking good. I got to comment really quick. There's something about when watching somebody dance that like makes me want to dance too. So I hope that people out there want to get up and like copy you too.
Dance with me, friends.
Yeah, let's all dance
at home.
together.
If you do something in your house and you're like, oh, that would be sweet, put it in the comments and I'll give it a try.
Yeah, also, I can see the comments here at my machine occasionally. So if you have a question for Sarah or me, then stick it in the comments.
Okay, let's do that again. I'm going to try to smooth it out a little bit. And maybe, I don't know where my hand, this is another thing that I think about. Where are my hands at the beginning of this song? Do they slowly come up and out? Are they already out and they just kind of hang out here? Do they move with, slowly? I don't know yet. So let's see. Let's see.
First 16?
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I like a head thing in there, so I'll probably do that. But yeah, on that first click, that lift click, I feel a lift, right? Sometimes to add dynamism to dance, when you hear a lift, sometimes it's fun to drop. Right now this is real simple, I want to make it simple. So, and I think hands down here to start.
You ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was watching that on my camera. That's magical.
Okay, so now I got to figure out, what did I just do? I did some chest lifts. I started on my right foot. So this is also really key when you're teaching dance to somebody, like, where's the foot? When does the foot move? Like, we don't necessarily need to get into all that. Maybe just to make it more interesting, I might just do this as an outline and then see, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, there's chest stuff, there's a thing, there's walking, there's a thing, there's walking, there's a head, there's walking, there's a head.
Okay.
I'm going to write that down.
That makes sense. Okay, I was just going to ask, is there like a special kind of notation that you use for this? Or
I'm writing chest/walk lift, right foot. And then I'm copying that, left foot. I think I brought my knee up, and that's...
I think so too.
Bum, 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 maybe
And
there.
Yep, I think that's
Okay.
what I remember seeing.
With left knee. So that's what I'm writing. Same thing with left knee.
Yep.
And then arms. Oh, where are my arms? My arms are, so I'm in kind of a sharp, because this feels sharp to me. So not a rounded, but a sharp point in the elbows. Fingertips pointing down outside of my hip, or maybe just in front, somewhere in that range. And then kind of coming up, maybe here for the first, boom, 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 with the knee, so you can, maybe they stay here for the first.
Do you want me to just repeat it a couple times?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Ready?
Thanks, everybody, for being patient with my brain.
Oh, this is great.
Okay. Yeah,
Felt
I
good?
think they just stay here. I think they stay here.
We're not to arm motion yet.
Arms, and then sometimes I make like the shape of my arms. I just like, they're like triangles.
Oh, like brackets kind
Little
of.
brackets.
Yeah, sure.
Arms here, arms come up. And I think I'm just gonna let them sort of float up from the elbows. So they're here. We're gonna start with the elbows. Lift with the elbows. They come out, maybe they just do a little waving while I'm bump, 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 bump.
There's just so much coordination going on there while you're doing that. It's very impressive to watch. I hope our audience feels the same way. It's really like, I'm entranced.
I'm having a good time.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna write that down. Arms come up, elbows. I'm gonna keep the chest, bump, 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 bump. So if I have to break it down, I'm like, little lift, bump, 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 bump. So it's like two lifts, big lift.
Sure.
I think.
Yeah.
With chest, right head slide. And then we're gonna do that same thing, and then we're gonna end with a left head slide. So this is what my notes look like so far. I don't
Bring
know
that close to the camera.
Close,
It's kind of
close.
Yeah, there. Okay, so we've
Good.
got some notes there. There's the pointy arms I see.
Pointy
Yep.
arms.
Yep.
Okay. So let's do that again, and then I'm going to try to figure out what comes next.
Okay.
Maybe not. Maybe it's too staccato for a slow. Nah. Let's hear the next section.
Just by itself?
Let's bring the first section in just so, and I'm going to just block it out.
All right.
Let's start with my left. Yeah. Yes, okay. So it stays, like the beat stays, but then there's that slow groove. Do-do, 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 that one, where I think, so I'm gonna be here. I don't know if you can see my feet.
Yes.
So I slide to the, so I think I'm gonna have to start on my left foot. So doing that made me think, okay, start on my left foot here, Start on my left foot. Then I can left knee, left foot and head, right foot and head. So I like this opposite thing, right? Where like my, so left to right knee, left head, so that my foot is lifted while my head slides. So this is kind of contracted over here, boom. And then I step and slide. So my weight is on my right foot, my left foot is willing and able to do whatever I want it to do. I've slid my head to the left, my arms are maybe kind of out. And then that sort of
kind of pulse thing.
Yeah, can you play that real quick?
Just that part?
Just that part. Okay. So there are like 3 little bits there. So for the first 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, and then 4, 2, 3, 4. Where before it, or on 4, 2, 3, 4, it starts the next part. If you're not following me, it's fine. My brain's going crazy. Okay. So
this is really fun. I love getting a glimpse into the whole creative process here. I'm a terrible dancer as much as you're inspiring me to dance, so you're giving me ideas.
No one's a terrible
Appreciate
dancer.
that.
If you can move, if you can get out and move your body.
Classic.
Yeah. Good
okay.
times. So after that, so we're here, my head's to the left. I think because my head is to the left, I either have to move it back or I have to do something that centers my neck again. So what I'm going to do is this kind of partial figure 8 with a chest. So the right side, because I'm like, right? The right side of my chest is going to come over, which centers my neck over the center of my body. And then I'm just going to do some undulations, maybe a little bit of level changes, waving through the arms. I might make it just a little snaky. And then I'm going to figure out what to do for that next part. So let's do the whole thing and see if I can remember that. I almost swore. I'm going to try not.
All right. Let's get,
starting with the left foot.
Moment. Whole thing coming at you.
Okay. Oop. Can we go back?
Yep. No problem.
Boom, 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 boom. Nope. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
You made that look so natural.
So
that was unbelievable.
Thank you. For the purposes of today, we're not going to say like you go this many times to the right, this many times to the left. For now, we'll just keep it loose. But again, that's going to be, so my head is here. I'm going to bring my chest up and over to center my neck and then kind of come back to center. We'll do these little floaty undulations. I might move to the right, move to the left until that, that part.
Melissa.
Till
Melissa comes
Melissa.
in. That's Melissa. Yep.
Till Melissa. Maybe the song is just called Melissa.
Oh, there you go.
All right, I'm going to write that down. So, right chest, partial figure 8. So just to give you a little bit of context, a chest figure 8, so there's a lot of figure 8s in transcultural fusion dance, and because all of our joints are, ball and socket, so we move in a circular motion. And so our shoulder in particular, our center body, our spine is really fluid. Our hips, our knees, our wrists. So a chest figure 8 on the on this plane, the vertical plane, is sort of like you slide lift, but lift on one side. You kind of cross down, lift, cross down, lift. So you're making this like 8 with your rib cage. Sometimes you can bring the shoulder into it, but
Nice.
there's a difference between sort of muscular movement, where I'm working my core and my back, and then skeletal movement, where you're like moving your actual limbs and such. This I want to be very muscular because it's very slinky. So I'm only going to do the first part of that figure 8 and then kind of center myself. So it might be like, figure 8, center.
Oh, nice.
So right chest partial, figure 8 to center. And then we're going to do some snaky undulations. Is it helpful for me to like break down, this is an undulation? Do you want me to do that?
Sure, like while you're dancing?
Okay.
If or is that what you mean, or what do you mean?
Like while I'm explaining stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Lefty.
If it's not too much. I know we're asking a lot of you tonight. This is really great.
This is great. I basically am translating my brain to the ether, which is fun for me. I hope it's fun for you.
Yeah, I hope everyone's enjoying this as much as I am.
So I know that I'm going to do that for 3 sections. So I just wrote 3 times.
Okay.
And then, so let's do that whole chunk, and then I'll figure out what I want to do next.
Okay.
Whatever feels natural. So. Oh, can we start over?
Yep.
Ah! I do this a lot where I'm like, I started on the wrong foot, and then I forgot the first beat, so it's fine. It's cool. It's fine.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to move back while I do that a little bit. This 3-time section. Move back a little. Move back a little. And then Melissa, I'm going to write Melissa. On Melissa, that sounds weird. At Melissa, I'm going to start a sidewinder. So I'm going to bring my right elbow, my right elbow to my chest as I do kind of the opposite thing that we did earlier with a right partial figure 8. I'm going to bring my left side of my chest up and slide way over to the right as I offset my weight by putting the weight on my left foot and dropping my right hip so that I can move a lot more right in here. If I don't do that, I can't go very far. So drop the hip, I drop, right? So I'm going to do a sidewinder, and then I think I stuck my left foot out. So, something like that. And then let the hip slide in on the right as the left foot is out. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just start from, so I'm at this part.
Okay,
where
so
I've done
16 in, I think.
Am I here? I'm here. Yeah, 16.
So where the guitar thing comes in.
That one.
Okay,
yeah.
here we go.
I lied to you. Okay. My weight is on my right, but I'm still dropping the hip. This gets a little tricky. Yeah. So I sidewinder with my weight on my right, and I drop the hip so that I can stick that leg out right away. Okay. I'm gonna write that down.
All right. Make a note of it. I'm gonna. I lost my camera. There we go. I'm just going to let our audience know that if you're in the local area and would like to come on the Modest Basement Studio, I am ready to broadcast really anything. So Sarah was graciously volunteered to be my kind of sacrificial guest for this first re-inaugural broadcast. And would love to have singer-songwriters, small groups of musicians, visual artists. You know, think about Bob Ross's show, talking about kind of the same thing. That's kind of what Sarah's showing us tonight, kind of the process of creation, which is really valuable. So anything you can think of, if you're around the Ames area and would like to come on, let me know. We do have a question here for you, Sarah, if this is a good time.
Yeah.
All right. So what inspired you to choose this form of dance? And did you always want to be a dancer?
Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to try to make this not a 3-hour conversation. Okay. How do I sum this up? I did not want to be a dancer. As a child, I think in 2nd grade, I was enrolled in ballet, tap, and jazz, like a lot of kids, especially in Ames, because that's really what's offered. And I hated it. This whole thing with the feet and it's not for me. I didn't like it. I didn't like bouncing and kicking until later when I did martial arts, but that's a whole nother story.
Sure.
As a preteen into teen, I struggled a lot with body image. I had a developmental deformity that never really went away. And so I internalized a lot of stuff and became really angry like you do in middle school. And really struggled with just sense of self. I started drawing. So art was the thing that really pulled me out of that, gave me a sense of control and smoothness, right? I was aiming for perfection, but that's not a thing. So remember that's not a thing. And that control that I had, with a pen, I like to really flow and go sort of, inspired by the movement of natural elements and all that kind of stuff. So art really let me have something that I could control and make beautiful. When I was in high school, I had surgery to correct the issue that I had. And my mom, who was a belly dancer in the 60s and 70s, was like, maybe you want to take a belly dance class. There's a class at the Octagon. And I was like, okay. I was I'm not ready to get out. I was like, well, it's fine. I'll explore my body, this new weird body. So I took this class and I immediately fell in love. It was the first time I had ever moved my body the same way that I could move my hand. And so I felt like I could draw in 3 dimensions with this body that I never really connected to.
Drawing in 3 dimensions, fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually with choreography and music, it's really drawing in 4 dimensions because you're spreading that out along a timeline. And so that's the thing for me is the movement. And so after this first class, the instructor invited me to join her troupe. I joined the troupe and I've been in it ever since. Sometimes I don't dance. I go years without dancing and then I miss it a lot and then I come back to it. But really, that's what made it necessary for me. It became necessary. And so you can probably see I'm dancing barefoot. Most dancers, traditionally belly dancers, don't dance barefoot, but a lot of dancers, modern dancers, do, and they pull it in to their practice for a variety of reasons. But one thing is it really makes you kind of grounded to the earth, right? And so I feel grounded. I feel connected to the earth. I feel centered in my body, and I feel like I can do things with this body that I never really felt at home in. So that's
It's a great answer.
Yeah.
Great answer.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's inspiring, actually. Yeah, thank you for sharing all that. I appreciate the comments out there, and I'm really enjoying the time spending with you, Sarah. Thank you so much for coming down here tonight. Let's spend maybe another 10 or 15 minutes, see if we can get through another section or something like that, if that seems good to you, or what do you think? Should we put together what we have so far?
Let me do it once, and then I'll move on. So, because I don't remember what's next. So let me do it and see if it works again, and then I'll play.
It was the first two through the guitar, right? That you like at this
through
point?
Melissa, through the first Melissa.
And stop there?
No, keep going.
Keep going
after that first Melissa.
All right, you tell me when to stop.
Sorry, Melissa. Okay. Go ahead. Let's back it up. I wasn't ready.
No problem.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay, man, I love this song.
Thank you.
I'm really digging it. Okay.
Thank you.
So, we've moved a little bit. So I'm thinking about this big picture now. So we've moved a little bit. I've left, right, wiggle, wiggle, blah, blah, back, out. So I haven't really moved a lot. I'm also not moving a lot because I have a limited range on the camera. But as it builds, it might be more powerful if I take up more space, right? So I'm here and I've done this. I can't do Melissa. She's done a great job there. That part, and let the hips settle in, and then I might actually maybe move here and start working around the stage.
Sure.
Just to make it larger. So I'll keep those steps small, I think, for now, because there's still more that's building. So it's still building, and I don't.
Yeah.
You don't want to like break out your big move, and then the music hits, and you're like, now what? So.
Sure.
We're gonna keep building.
Keep going. All right.
All right. So I've ended. Maybe start at the first Melissa. Can you? Or is that...
I can, yeah, I think I can do that. Right about here. Let's give this a shot. Ready?
Yeah. I have no idea what I just did.
You were like moving around.
So I think from here, so there are some natural movements that are possible from this position. So I'm here. I could either shift my weight, or I could step behind. I could turn, but it's not wild enough there for a turn, unless it's a very slow turn. You know, I could do a very slow turn to face the opposite diagonal maybe, because that would be interesting as well. But what felt natural is what did I do? I think I step here or something. So I brought my foot in the front, maybe bring the arm in. I don't know, maybe leave it here. We'll try it again.
Back from the first
from
Melissa?
the Melissa.
All right.
From the Melissa, yeah. She had no idea she's going to be mentioned this often.
All right.
Another thing that's going through my mind right now is there's the melodic undertone, and then there's still the dun, 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 right? There's still that clicking.
Yep.
I don't want to forget about the clicking. When you choreograph, you kind of have to pick what in the music you're going to be hitting. Are you dancing to the lyrics? Are you dancing to, the beat? Are you dancing to the bass line? Like what are you dancing to? I like to challenge myself sometimes by picking two things, right? Like I want to dance to the ooh, but also that part. So maybe I want to do something there, over and up. Maybe I do another chest lift there.
This is a whole, like, you're doing two dances at once is what I'm seeing. That's amazing. Yeah.
That's the layering I was talking about. So yeah. I love belly dance. I love me some belly dance.
What's like your max layer capacity? How many layers of different motions do
if you want me to smile, because that's another layer.
Right.
That is another layer. You probably have seen my face where I'm like, this. That's another layer.
Yep.
Stage presence is another layer, right? Like I could smile but not be looking at anything. Or I could be looking at the audience.
Right.
Or looking over the audience. Or looking down, right? Like the gaze is also kind of another layer. So I like to interact with my audience when I'm performing for an audience. There's a you don't know, but there's a dude in the background. Yeah. I'm not looking at him because I don't know him. But
who is that dude? Who's the mystery dude?
No, I met him. He's very nice. He's a very nice dude. But right now I'm so concentrating that I'm like I have to focus like on a blank spot on the wall. So I think my max layer with a hip and a shimmy, maybe a hip and a shimmy and a chest. So 3 layers plus a smile.
3 layers and a smile. That's
I might have done more than that at some point, but I'm sure I have. Yeah. 4 or 5 layers? I don't know. I don't know what the number is. Okay, where were we?
I think we were starting
here, so after Melissa, or at Melissa, after the Melissa. Coming over here, and then up, and then chest with the clicking, I think. And then over, for some reason, I like to do this circling thing with my arms. It's really convenient because there's a fly fusion combo that has this circling thing, but I end up doing it a lot. So I think I want to do that because it gives you, you're drawing that shape and then bringing attention to whatever is going to happen over here. I want that clicking to move from my chest to my hips.
Oh, interesting.
So I've been doing a lot of I will move here and then up, and having my arms up brings the attention up to the upper body, and I'll do or whatever. And then bring this around, boom, 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 or something like that.
All right.
So that's all I got right now is those 2 chunks. So
those are good chunks.
From Melissa?
From Melissa, sure.
From Melissa. Drop. I think it's going to be a drop.
Start again?
Yeah, because I was like, is that a lift? And no, I like, if I'm up here and I'm lifting, and then I come over here, I want to drop.
Oh.
So that it kind of, instead of coming here and lifting, I don't want to continue that circle. I want to bring that circle here and then maybe lift and have my hands do something that indicates that that lift is happening.
Sure.
So let's from Melissa again.
Alrighty. I'll give you a minute. I'll give you a second here.
I'm going to get some water.
Yeah, get some water.
I don't normally talk when I do
break.
this. So this is different for me.
Yeah. Oops. I lost my... There we go. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
All right.
clicking there, I think, is earlier than I dropped. So I want to drop on the harder click as opposed to the next click. I'm getting into the weeds. So can you play just that last section?
Just the flute part?
Yeah.
I think.
There. So it's not on the 4.
Right.
It's like on the 3. It's
It
like
is.
1, 2, 3. So that's a little different.
Little challenge. I threw in a challenge for you, I guess, unintentionally.
So I want to drop on that click, and because I'm so used to dropping on like the 4 or the 8 or whatever, or like hitting on the the even side of the beat. My mind is like, oh, I forgot again. So let's Melissa again.
All right. Oh.
And then I'll try to
here.
drop. So I might do something on that 4, but I like that drop on the 3. Maybe I do nothing on the 4. So if I go, you don't have to play it.
Okay.
If I'm here and I go, do 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 do, click click, do 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 do, drop. Yeah, I think nothing. I think just nothing there. Pause. There is beauty in this space, in this silence. So you don't have to always move. You don't have to always move. You can hold, and then the next move will have a little bit more tension behind it. So yeah, I think I'm going to stop. I'm not going to do anything on that 4. So, okay, but now I don't know what to do next. Let me write that down.
All right.
All right, now what did I just do? All right, left foot, cross front.
So we are, just to be kind of mindful of the time and mindful of the audience here and of Sarah's time, of course. We are at 8:07, Sarah, just so you know, we're at an hour and 7.
Let's call this good.
Okay.
Maybe we call it good.
We play it through those 3 sections-ish.
Yeah, we just do the whole thing.
After Melissa.
Actually, maybe we just do the whole thing. Let's just, I'll perform the whole thing up to the point that we have. And it's not at the end of a phrase, so I might just improv to the end of a phrase.
Okay.
Are we okay with that?
Yeah, that's totally cool.
All right, let me write that down. Arms go to left hip, drop on 3 or click. Okay, cool.
All right, pop quiz for the audience, right? Get up out of your chair and see if you can dance with Sarah here.
Dance with me.
All
that
right.
would be great. I can't see you, but it would be nice if
I'm starting from the beginning at this point.
We're starting from the
right?
beginning.
All
yep.
right, so here's our performance. And if you need a reset, just let me know.
I'm good.
All right. Beautiful. Thank you so much for round of applause for Sarah here, everybody at home and everybody in the studio. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. It's been a lot of fun to have you.
Brett, this has been awesome. And your song is amazing. Melissa's amazing. Dan, you're amazing. Matt at home, you're amazing.
All right. Thanks, everybody. And thanks for tuning in. I'm going to try to do this once a month through 2024, so I'll keep you posted. Check it out on Facebook. Let's look for the Modest Basement Studio on Facebook if you haven't already. Check us out on YouTube as you are now. And everybody have a great night. We will see you next time.
you.